bucket of the excavator crashed through my parents' bedroom. The ceiling, the walls, and the floor were turned to rubble. Toothpicks. Last month, in West Jordan, I got the opportunity to take a walk down memory lane. Through the attic of the house that I grew up in, 1 week. Another week I came back to that house and I said my final goodbyes. A few weeks later, my brothers and I demolished that house that I grew up in and hauled it to the dump. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. For 3 or 4 weeks last month, I got the opportunity to gain a new perspective on my childhood, one that I've never had before. I learned one of the best gifts my parents gave to me was not giving me what I wanted when I wanted it. As I received the phone call, "Hey, Lyndon, we're going to demolish the house," I immediately jumped in my truck and headed down there, crawled up into the attic, and started rummaging through the mementos that I wanted to save. There were boxes of trophies, dozens of them. Of these trophies, there was one that stood out that was different than all the other ones. All the other ones were trophies that I won from racing motorcycles. I had one trophy from 5 years of bicycle racing. One trophy. Now, I wanted to win when I raced bicycles, but I really didn't have what it took. I was small, and I just didn't have quite the horsepower. I didn't have the bike either. My bike was what most people would consider junk or garbage. As I sat up there in the attic, words of my mother came back to my mind that kept repeating themselves over a 5-year time period. At first you don't succeed. Try again. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game. Mom. Something else from my mother came back to my mind at that same time. When I asked for a bike for Christmas, I described the frame that I wanted, the forks, the handlebars, the wheels. My mom's response, "Lyndon, would you like the front wheel or the back wheel for Christmas?" Christmas morning, alongside my socks, my underwear, and all the other practical stuff I got the front rim to my bicycle. The next year, I got the back rim. The third year, I got the frame. A used Roger DeCoster frame from my friend Wesley. No cranks, no forks, but finally, after 3 years, I had a racing bike. What kind of parents do that? And what kind of kid experiences that and is happy? Not getting what you want when you want can be the best gift of your life. I realized that when I looked at the one trophy that I spent 5 years and countless bicycle races to win, and then I looked at the dozens of motorcycle trophies that I won, and I realized that all the struggles, the trials, the failures that I experienced from racing bicycles developed skills, qualities, and traits that transferred from bicycle racing right over into motorcycle racing, where I could use those skills and win. Win. And win. A few weeks after my initial visit to the attic, I went back to the house after the asbestos had been removed, and I walked into my parents' bedroom. And I looked down. The carpet had been removed, and I was stunned at what I seen. I seen the floor of an army barracks. Now, I knew that I was raised and our house was built in an army barracks. My father moved it there from Camp Kearns after the war. Set it on a foundation, moved my brothers and sisters in there, and then over years, decades, built that house. Because I was the second to youngest of 7 kids, I didn't experience the initial shock that my family must have had when Dad moved them into this army barracks. But I will tell you, I know what it's like to wake up in a house where 7 kids live in the basement because the upstairs is not finished. I know the joy that comes from a family when you remove the rug off the top of the stairway so that you can have access to the whole house. The traits that were developed, me and my brothers and sisters, the personality that was developed, the experiences that we had, allowed us to become successful later in life. The next time you see a child that you might consider being in poverty, or somebody in a position of scarcity, look at them a little different. Maybe, just maybe, they're receiving the best gift of their life as they develop skills, personality traits, and other things that will help them be successful and happy in the future.